Hi, it's Jova. This is video about one specific mechanic in Heroes of the Storm. It's about like shielding, and taking damage to shield is not always equal to taking damage to HP. And there's few talents, few things uh, that you can use by knowing this fact. So I will just show few. I will show the talents, the heroes that can use this fact, and some of the heroes that should be able to use it, but for some reason they are not. So it seems to be maybe unintended, since it's not consistent being in HOTS. But most of those combos works. Let's start maybe with Hammer. Like with this mechanics also came like interesting facts, like how to use, like especially Falstad, that I will show later. But to a degree it also works on Hammer, but the thing is, it's not really that good since the talent is not strong. You take First Strike and Stone Skin, so you have a shield effect. So what First Strike does is basic attack deals more damage if you haven't been attacked within the last few seconds. This is actually one of the inconsistencies already, because usually the talents that works with shields says if you haven't taken damage, and here is if you haven't been attacked. So first I will show you how it works. So your damage now deals 411, right? If I take some damage, I do 300, but I will spam Stone Skin now. And as you can see, I'm still taking damage, but since I'm taking damage to shield, it does not count as taking damage to HP. But this is actually a bug. Since the talent says if you haven't been attacked, it should not work like this, because then you should be able to mount up if you get shield, because mounting up is like being attacked interrupt the mounting effect. So if you shield up, you should be able to mount, but apparently that's an inconsistence. So that's one. Like there's a lot of stuff like this. The other one that can use it for damage or like shorter cooldown is Falstad. And if you play Falstad, then you play the most common build. And if you go for a trade, you should always do it like this. Or at least most of the time. You don't really need to take static shield. You just take updraft, so I get, you know, more bigger shield. So the thing with Falstad is you have the Tailwind. When Tailwind is active, your basic abilities recharge 100% faster. And I mean, maybe Koreans knew about that because they were playing a lot of Falstad Tassadar, especially Tempest. So you know, Tassada gives a shield to Falstad, so he usually will have always the Tailwind up, even if he gets damage in file, like poked. So yeah, if you want to start a fight with someone, you should probably just E forward. I mean, that will make sure that oh, shit. It's actually hard to show because like if I have toggle cooldowns, you will just refresh the top. Yeah. Let me check it other way. Oh. Let's see that way. You can see I have shield up and I'm recharging the cooldown faster even though I'm taking damage, right? So basically if you start the fight with someone 1v1, you should like E forward, and if you get the static shield, like which you probably should have with this, so you have more shields, so it's less likely for you to take damage, and you will still get benefit out of that. So start a fight with shield. That will make sure that even if you take some poke damage, you will still have your cooldowns faster, and you will maintain the movement speed. That's also important. Like you will have all the 1v1 fight, you will get the movement speed and the cooldown reduction. That's pretty huge. As you can see, the Tywin is not procing or deactivating when I take damage. So that's for fast start. And obviously heroes that have this kind of mechanics work really well with Tassadar. And the Tywin says after not taking damage. So if you're not taking damage, that's why I think Hammer is backed actually, because it says attacked. It's not taking damage. So Hammer level 13 is probably backed with shields. This, if Blizzard wants to keep this, keep the mechanic, like taking damage is not equal. I mean, taking damage to HP is not equal to taking damage to shield. It's like seems to be something else. There's few stuff you can still do with those. Like you can do it with Medivh. Like this is actually in a game for a very long time, but didn't really wanted to pause it before. But now it seems to be bugged in some heroes. So like the fast stat sounds intended, but like with the other heroes that I will show, as for example Hammer, that does not seems to be intended actually. Oh, so for Medivh I actually need 20, and this is the same what would happen with but how I don't know. Oh, okay, I give myself invisible W and invisibility, and as you can see I can walk through Arthas E without being decloaked. As you can see, right? This works also with Nova, with Zeratul. If you give them shield from Tassadar, they will not get decloaked easily. Like they will have to be like poked more than the shield HP, and there's not a lot of pokes like that. Easy poke. I mean, maybe Kelta's Flame Strike, but you know, then you have to hit it. But still, multi-shot of Vala would probably not break the stealth with Tassadar shield on, especially the fresh shield. But yeah. And there's few things that are actually not working with it. Like Liming, for example. That's when the inconsistent strike together with the hammer. So if you haven't taken damage in last 5 seconds, teleport costs no mana. That would be probably super broken if it worked like that. But yeah. Technically, diamond skins give you a shield, so again, taking damage should not make your level 1 debuff, like unproc. But it is. Like, okay, as you can see, it's working now. But after taking damage to shield, it is deactivating. So that's either a bug if they want to keep the mechanic in, or it's just inconsistent, and the Falstad hammer and stealth shield stuff should be bring back to the same working. Like this should work the same way. Should get like, if you get Tassadar Liming, you should get like TP every 3 seconds, but that will probably too strong. That's why it's not working. But as I said, that's inconsistent. Okay, is there anything else? Yeah, there's Alarak. I did not have the chance because I wanted to initially post this video if Alarak is also bugged, but I guess he should technically, the charger teammate, if you shield, you should be able to use it in fights because I think it says taking damage, right? But I didn't have the time to check it. And if you will get interrupted with shield on, then it will be a bug if they want to keep the mechanic in. But Blizzard might not even know about that, like it's just in the game, but I don't think they realize. If there's such inconsistency, then they probably don't realize. I don't remember if there was any more hero that could use that. But you know, the more hero they release with effect like this, they always will probably benefit from the shield effect. Oh, that's actually interesting. Monk Medic has this too, but I don't think he has like self shields that I can check in try mode. But yeah, technically, like, no one plays Tassadar Medic, but this rate should work the same if you put Tassadar shield on him. Even if he takes poke damage, it should still work. But yeah, that will be it for this video. I hope like Blizzard will get attention to it and state whether it's intended or they will fix it or make everything works same way. So yeah, thanks you for watching and stay tuned for other videos.